Lucky Boys Podcast.
You had to look into your crystal ball. Where do you see the coronavirus being in, I guess, a month from now? What does it look like?
I think it'll, as we know more about it. I mean, that's the thing. We don't know anything about it as much right now. There are certain reports that saying that it's coming from bats, right? Where SARS came from cats. And,
is that right?
Yeah, and MERS came from camels.
Right.
So
I just to interject there, I was reading something. I don't know. I don't want to get into like this whole conspiracy thing because I want to speak facts, but it was very convincing. Some of the information that I've read and articles that I looked into and forums and threads, and there are a lot of references going back, and it was very interesting. They said that it did originate out of Wuhan, but they're not so sure that it actually came from the wet animal market. There's actually, and I don't know if you've heard of this or if someone had this discussion with you yet, but they said that this might have actually came out from a lab in China near Wuhan.
Oh, that's conspiracy theory over and over.
It is, but they're saying. I mean, it's. But I could send you some articles later, and we could talk about how conspiracy. I mean, there's a lot of things that are conspiracy theory that, just because it's a conspiracy theory, doesn't make it false. That's what I'm. Doesn't make it false.
It's a thought. It's a thought that needs to be looked into,
verified,
right? And just think about for political reasons. You let something escape out of your fucking lab. Why are you working on this in the first place? Well, right? Think about just
a lot of the chemical warfare that we're talking about.
Exactly, but I mean, if they didn't, how did you let it slip, and how, and why are you working on something like that? I mean, that's just politically, that's going to be a big no-no. And then think about for any country, you decimated your population because you're doing some thing in a lab that you couldn't contain. So this was man-made, that's like. And you're supposed to be smart about this, and it's the government. With the wet animal market, animal to human, we didn't know. So you could claim ignorance there. You can be like, oh yeah, it's happened. It's very normal from animals, for it to. It's not the first time.
Right, it's not the first time.
But from a lab, it changes the whole outlook on this. The whole narrative changes.
I think
I'm not saying that's it.
No, we would need more confirmation to actually pinpoint that.
But they're not. But no one is saying the real smart people that's looking at this, that's reporting on it. They're not committing to that. It came out from the wet animal market in Wuhan. They're not committing to. They're just saying that it might be. It's a chance. Right. But because before I heard somebody was like, "Oh, it came from snakes," and then it went to a bat, and then it mutated, and it jumped into a human because they were sipping on the bat blood. I was just like, "Get out of here!"
I mean, that's how a lot of the swine flu. We typically these infections until they mutate. When they mutate, they don't go from an animal to human. But there has to be some sort of connection, and while it mutates, that's how we transmit them from non-human to a human, and then from human to human to human.
Right.
But for now, there's really no raw data to say, hey, it's pinpoint from this animal, it's pinpoint from that, or it's even pinpoint from seafood in general. Because the other day I was talking to somebody, and they had mentioned that as soon as they heard that this was coming from pigs, they slaughtered all the pigs in that farm. Yeah. They burnt them completely because they didn't want it to come
in a different country?
In a different country. Oh. In a different country. And this is just their way of controlling the source.
Right.
But right now we don't know we don't have all the information. And as soon as we have more of the information, yes, there are also, the CDC is forming a vaccine right now. Right. Where do I see this in a month? We don't know. I think we're still in an uphill. We're not at the peak at the moment where we know, hey, this is the downslope of the roller coaster ride that we're going to get. I think we're still climbing. It's still early in the game. We're only 30 days, or actually 32 days into the year.
Right. I think it's going to get much worse before it gets better.
Yeah,
I think it's going to get much worse. I think we're going to have deaths up in the 4-figure range. I mean, if you look at it, it's doubled. Right, since just a couple of days ago. the confirmed cases, and then who knows how many cases going unreported
Unconfirmed, yeah.
or being classified as something else, like
Yeah.
oh, this person died, oh, it was a pneumonia, oh, it was a regular flu, but maybe it wasn't, right? So I mean, who knows? Oh, but it's funny. I was talking to one of my friends. She's a model, and she's Asian, and we were texting, and then last night she tells me, she's like, you know what, yellow fever is at an all-time low.
Unless you really have fever.
Yeah, she was saying, because she's used to like a lot of like white guys going after her, but she's like, she went out, she was like, what the fuck is
contaminated.
She was like, they're leaving her alone.